you can hear me. So please put it on chat. Please put a yes on chat so that I'll be able to know that I'm audible to everyone. Okay, so I'm okay. Great. Okay, so welcome you all. My name is Himanshu Tyagi. I am the host for the session today. Okay, and so before starting the session and tell you the agenda or objective of the session, let me first, ask you with one question. So are you able to see the screen? Are you able to see the PPT? Okay. So there is a symbol there's an icon on the PPT. Can you recognize what it is? Any one of you just put in on chat what exactly is the symbol which is there on the PPT? Great. Okay, so Mukesh Kambli is saying can't hear you. Everyone else is able to hear me. Am I audible? I believe. Okay. Very nice. So most of majority of you have answered. This is actually the symbol called Labasna, which is Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy. So those of you who are not aware about what it is, so this is the first step towards becoming an administrative officer. So this is which is your goal. So what I would recommend you, if you're preparing for UPSC, have a photo or maybe the symbol or logo of Labasna somewhere in your study room, wherever you are, wherever you are studying. Make sure that you have the symbol, because you really need a constant reminder of your goal. If you're preparing for UPSC, it's a long preparation. It's close to 1 year, 1.5 year preparation. The examination itself is almost 8 to 9 months long. So you require some kind of motivation in between if you're preparing for UPSC. So have this photograph, maybe the symbol or a Labasna photo. So this is the academy where everything starts. Okay. So now coming down to the session, I'll just set the agenda for the session. So it will be close to 30 minutes, 35 minutes we'll be spending. And majority of the time that we'll be spending to understand what exactly is the structure of UPSC examination. So I'm presuming that all of you are preparing for UPSC and may have started or about to start the preparation of UPSC. So my objective of next 30-35 minutes is to make sure that you are completely clear about the structure of the paper, what is required, what you have to do. And I'll also touch upon probably if you're starting or about to start, so how to start your preparation, which is extremely important. And a lot of students feel clueless where to start. Okay, so just let's go ahead into the session. Okay, somebody, if you're not able to hear me, probably check your internet connection, because I'm receiving responses from the student. That means probably all of them are able to hear me. So if you're not able to hear, please probably log out and log in again, or maybe check your internet connection also. Okay. So the examination is called UPSC CSE. Okay, those of you who call it an IAS examination, the examination name is UPSC CSE. UPSC means Union Public Service Commission, which is exactly the body who conduct this examination. And CSE is Civil Service Examination, the name of the examination. So UPSC conduct a lot many other examinations as well. Okay, but here we are talking about Civil Service Examination. Civil Service Examination, which happens for entry into All India services. So there are 2 All India services, which is IAS and IPS, which are Group A services. There are central services. So there are 20 central services, around 18 central services like IRS, IRTS, okay, Indian Statistical Services. So these are also Group A services. And then there are few Group B services also for which CSE examination happens, like DANIP. So Delhi, Andaman and Nicobar civil servants, Delhi, Andaman and Nicobar police servants. Okay. So Army headquarters services. Okay. So these are Group B services. So it depends on what rank you are onto when you clear this UPSC examination. What is your ranking and what is your preferences? Based on that, you will be allotted any of the services out of those 24 services which are there. Okay. Now, to understand the structure of the examination. Okay. So notification generally used to come in the month of January, February. Okay. Where UPSC notifies and they give away the forms. Okay. Your first stage is called prelims examination. It happens in the month of May or June. So 31st May this year it was supposed to happen, but obviously due to the current situation, it has been postponed now. So on 20th of May, UPSC will come with the new date. I believe most probably we'll be having the examination the first week of August, most probably. Okay. Then the mains examination happens in the month of October, November. It's a 5-day examination. So prelims happens for one single day, mains happens for 5 days. Okay, we'll drill down, what happens exactly in prelims, mains, and the other stage. So in the forward slides, we'll drill that down. Okay, and then interview, it happens in the month of February, March, April. Okay, and then April, May, UPSC usually give the results. So before the next examination, roughly 20 days prior to that, UPSC declared the examination result for the previous examination. Okay, so that's how the calendar of UPSC CSE examination is. Now, coming down to one very important point. So if you're starting the examination, there may be few of you who are not clear about the eligibility criteria of the examination. Okay, so what UPSC says for eligibility, they say graduate in any discipline. Okay, what does that mean? So if you have any query, you can just put on chat. I'll keep on taking that query. Okay, so you can just put on your question onto chat. Okay, okay. So education wise, you just need to be a plain graduate. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you are an BTech graduate or a medical graduate or probably a distance learning graduate. For UPSC, you are same. Okay, so they don't distinct based on your graduation. You can be of any subject. Okay. So candidate having professional and technical qualification recognized by the government are also eligible. Okay, now coming down to the age limit, you have to be between 28 to 30, but UPSC also have given a +2 till the time they don't notify otherwise. So right now the age limit is 21 to 32. It used to be 30, but +2 has been given a few years back, around 4, 5, 6 years back, which is being continued for now. Okay, so you usually have 4 attempts, but 2 attempts have been added again, so you have 6 attempts. Okay. Okay, so there are participants who are saying to use Hindi as well in between. So I'll use Hindi, but I'll make sure that whatever I'm saying in Hindi, I'll convert it into English for audience who belongs from South India and who belongs from Northeast, which do not understand Hindi. Okay, so यहाँ पे मैं एलिजिबिलिटी की बात कर रहा हूँ. तो एलिजिबिलिटी क्या है आपकी यूपीएससी एग्जामिनेशन की? आपको ग्रेजुएट होना है. आप किसी भी ग्रेजुएशन से हो सकते हैं, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ठीक है, आप 21 to 32 इयर्स की एज होनी चाहिए आपकी, अगर आप जनरल कैटेगरी को बिलोंग करते हैं. अगर आपकी कैटेगरी SC, ST, OBC बिलोंग करते हैं तो आपको कुछ एज रिलैक्सेशन है. ओके, एंड देन ऑब्वियसली यू मस्ट बी फिजिकली fit as per the standard of admission. Okay, so basic fitness is required. Okay, now I hope eligibility is clear to everyone. Now coming down to, this is the most important part. Okay, so where we understand what exactly happens into the examination. Okay, so if you're starting your preparation, it is extremely important to understand what papers are there, what is the weightage of all the papers. तो कौन-कौन से पेपर आपको देने हैं, क्या वेटेज है उन पेपर्स का. Okay, so somebody is asking, can last year or degree student can also apply? So yes, if you are appearing in your final year, you can apply for the examination. Okay, so now coming down to the examination pattern. Okay, now understand one by one, stage by stage, what are the examination that we are gonna having. Okay, so the first stage we call prelims examination. Okay, so prelims examination is an objective type examination, जिसका मतलब है कि MCQs आते हैं. You have 4 options, 4 options होते हैं, उसमें से एक option आपको टिक करना होता है. Okay, prelims examination single day examination होता है, 1 day examination होता है. Morning you have paper 1, which is called general studies paper 1, and in the afternoon you have general studies paper 2, which is also called, जिसको और कहा जाता है CSAT. Okay, which is civil service aptitude test. Okay, but UPSC officially इसको बोलती है GS paper 2. Now जो first paper है, it is general studies paper 1. What happens in general studies paper 1? So you have questions from polity, geography, history, economics, current affairs, current issues. Okay, so these are the topics which broadly covers into the prelims examination. Then coming down to the second paper, which is CSAT, you have aptitude paper. That means aptitude paper में क्या आता है आपका? Reasoning, reading comprehension, mathematics. Okay, there are few other criteria. We'll just understand that. Okay, now important part, prelims का सबसे important part क्या है? That Okay, voice is clear. Somebody is saying that there is some issue with the voice. Voice is clear, I believe. Audio is clear. Just any one of you write yes if it is clear. Okay, great. Okay, okay. So the important thing is that CSAT, which is the second paper, which is aptitude, it is a qualifying paper. That means you just need to score 33% into this paper. इसके marks add नहीं होते. CSAT marks are not being added. Okay. Now, coming down to the first paper, so 100% weightage in prelims is given to general studies paper. Okay. So in CSAT, you just need to pass. आपको सिर्फ pass होना है. जो first paper है general studies paper 1, complete weightage उसका है. Now दोनों पेपर 200 marks के होते हैं. So both the papers are 200 marks. Okay. The attempts are limited. You have 6 attempts if you belongs to a general category. Okay. Now, so जो आपका the first paper, it basically is of 200 marks and there is a 1/3 negative marking in it. Okay. Generally cutoff used to be in between 100 to 120. Okay. Last year thoda kam tha. But generally, if you you should prepare, if you're preparing for UPSC prelims, you should prepare with the aim of 120 to 140. Okay, if you're between 120 to 140, 100% you will clear the prelims. Based on that year's paper, obviously, but what we have seen, 120 to 140 is very safe range. Okay, generally cutoff do not go beyond that. Okay, for GS paper 1 and prelims. Okay, now if you clear GS paper 1, yeah, CSAT is an objective type. So complete prelims, both paper 1 and paper 2 are MCQ based paper. They are objective paper. You just need to mark the right options. There are 4 options. You need to mark the right options. CSAT also has the negative marking. General studies paper also has the negative marking. So both paper has 1/3 negative marking. There are 200 marks. In general studies, you have 100 questions. In CSAT, you have 80 questions. Okay. Now coming down to stage 2. So if you, let's say, touch wood, you clear the stage 1. So you have more than the cutoff marks. So cutoff UPSC declare on the basis of that year's paper. Okay. So you clear the prelims round and you get into the mains examination. So mains happens in the month of October, November. Now, October, November, what will happen? There will be 5 days examination. There are 9 papers in mains. So mains में 9 paper होते हैं और सारे के सारे paper, all the papers are subjective papers. What does that mean? So what do you mean by subjective papers? They are papers where you need to write long answers, just like you write in your graduation papers or in 10th, 12th paper. These are that kind of a papers. Okay. Now let's go one by one. What are the mains examination? What papers are there in the mains examination? Then we also done the weightage of the papers. Okay. Now, so paper 1 is called regional language paper. Regional language means you can choose any of the language which is there into the into the constitution. So basically any language which is there into the Indian constitution as a schedule of language, you can choose any one of them. Okay. And then so whatever language you have chosen, there is a paper of that. It's a 3 hours paper, 300 marks. Okay. The second paper is English, compulsory English paper. Okay, so compulsory English paper. So there are few questions which are coming in between, which are not completely related to what I'm saying. I'll take those questions at the last. Okay, but I'll not leave any question. Don't worry. So if you ask any question, I'll reply that. Okay. So in the mains examination, what will happen? You have 9 papers. The first 2 paper are language paper. First paper is regional language. So any language that you choose, there's a paper of that. The second paper is compulsory English paper. So it is like English, complete English paper. Okay. Now, what comes into these papers? So if you have given 10th class English paper or a Hindi paper or any of the language paper, it is somewhat similar to that paper. Okay. Now, important part is that both these papers are qualifying. So you just need to pass on to these papers. Generally, UPSC don't reveal that what is the qualification criteria, but in general, what we have seen is 30% is what UPSC generally have. So out of 300, if you're scoring more than 100, you are passed into the first 2 papers. So first 2 paper, language and English, the marks are not being counted. You just need to clear these 2 papers. Okay. So पहले दोनों पेपर को सिर्फ क्लियर करना है, पास होना है, उसके मार्क्स नहीं काउंट होते. पहले 2 पेपर 300 के होते हैं. ओके. लैंग्वेज पेपर में क्या आता है? ग्रामर आती है, लिटरेचर आती है. जो आपने 10th क्लास में पेपर दिया था इंग्लिश का, हिंदी का, वो याद करिए. यू जस्ट रिमेंबर व्हाट यू हैव अटेम्प्टेड इन इंग्लिश पेपर ऑफ 10th क्लास. इट इज समवॉट सिमिलर टू दैट पार्ट. Okay. Now coming down to rest 7 papers which are being counted. So first 2 papers are not being counted. You just need to pass on to them. The next 7 are where everything happens. Okay. So these are counted. All these papers are 250 marks. Okay. 3 hours papers, everyone. Okay. Now coming down to paper third, which is, you know, the first counted paper, it is essay paper. Okay. So there is a paper for essay, 250 marker. Then you have 4 papers for general studies. So what will happen, that the general studies paper that we had in our prelims, they divide into 3 papers, GS 1, 2 and 3. Okay. After that, they'll add on one more subject in GS 4, which is called ethics, integrity and aptitude. All these papers are 250 markers. Okay. And there is a minimum criteria of 10% marks that you need to score. Okay. So in every paper where marks are being counted, that means from paper 3 to paper 9, these 7 papers, minimum marks scored is 10%, which is required. So if you score, let's say, very high marks in all other paper, but in one paper you scored less than 10%, your candidature will not be considered for the later stage. Okay. Now, so you have one essay paper, 4 GS paper. These are 5 papers. Then you have to choose one optional subject. Okay. Out of which there are 2 papers. So let's say there are close to 26, 27 optional subject, choices that UPSC give. You have to pick one of them, and then there are 2 papers of that. So for example, if you have picked geography as your optional, so there'll be geography 1 and geography 2. So just remember, optional is 1 only, but papers are 2 of the same subject. Okay. These are also 250 marks. Okay. Now, once you clear the cutoff for mains examination, so out of 250 papers of 7, so this is basically 1750 marks in total for mains. So out of 1750, if you clear the cutoff, which is generally over between 850 to 900, okay, so if you clear that cutoff, you get a call for personality test. Personality test is basically interview, what you call in normal language, but UPSC calls this personality test, okay, which is 275 marks. So whatever you have scored in personality test, that is interview, out of 275, and whatever you have scored before in your 7 papers, these are being added, and the final ranking is being prepared. So that means your mains marks are counted into the total, final marks. Okay, final marks which is being considered. Okay, so the total paper is being taken for 2025, which is 1750 marks are for mains and 275 marks are for interview. Okay, so somebody is asking, is interview in English is compulsory? No, you have to choose which language you wanted to give interview. It is not compulsory to give it in English. Okay, now I'll also touch upon, so you can attempt the UPSC examination in your choice of language. UPSC asks in the form which language you wanted to attempt your paper in. So you can attempt your mains and interview into the choice of language that you want. So let's say you wanted to attend in Gujarati. अगर आप चाहते हो गुजराती में attempt करना, you can. But remember, the questions will be in English and Hindi only. You can write in whatever language that you have filled into your form, but questions will be Hindi and English only. There is no qualifying marks for interview. What happens is, interview में whatever marks you have scored and mains में whatever marks you have scored, they add it, and if your score is more than the cutoff that has been decided, then you are being selected, and based on the ranking जो आपको आती है, so आपका जो marks आया वो कितना ज़्यादा आया उसके basis पे आपकी ranking high आती है. अगर आप top ranking में है तो आपको choice की services मिल जाती है. So it is important to score high in both interview and your मेंस पेपर्स. ओके, इंटरव्यू आप हिंदी में अटेम्प्ट कर सकते हैं, बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं, ठीक है, बट मेंस में जो आपने लैंग्वेज सेलेक्ट करी है वही लैंग्वेज आपको इंटरव्यू में रखनी पड़ेगी. ओके, यू कैन नॉट चेंज योर लैंग्वेज. नाउ इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, नाउ कमिंग डाउन टू वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. अब हमें समझ में आ गया, नाउ वी आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द पैटर्न ऑफ द पेपर, बट वन थिंग दैट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड, आई हैव रिटन सम बॉक्सेस, आई हैव मेड सम बॉक्सेस ऑन द extreme right corner. This is basically the weightage you have. Okay, now this will define how you prepare. So if you wanted to start preparation for UPSC, you need to understand which subject is important and which subject is less priority for you. Okay, now if we take weightage as 100 of the total mains and interview, 49% weightage is given to general studies in the mains examination. Okay, also if you go to the prelims examination, 100% weightage is given to prelims exam, GS paper. Okay, that means your GS becomes the most important part of your examination preparation. So अगर आपको UPSC का preparation करना है तो मेंस में करीब 50% वेटेज GS का है, प्रीलिम्स में 100% वेटेज जनरल स्टडीज का है. So that means general studies is something that's the key for you. You have to make sure that is the top priority for you. Okay, now somebody is asking, is the pattern same for group A and group B? Examination is same. Based on your ranking, you will get a group A and group B posting. So examination is completely same. Okay, now okay, so I was discussing the weightage of papers. So general studies become your most priority. So if you have a 10-hour day, for example, आप 10 घंटे या let's say आप 6 hours में अपनी preparation करते हो UPSC की on a daily basis, you need to make sure that maximum time have to be allotted to your general studies preparation because उसका weightage सबसे ज़्यादा है, because it has the maximum weightage. Okay, now coming down to optional paper, it has 25% weightage in mains examination or the complete scheme of things. Okay, that means optional become your second priority. Okay, when we say general studies, your top priority, please include current affairs inherently in it. Current affairs is a part of general studies and it is again a top priority just like your general studies. So general studies and current affairs, this is your top priority. Your maximum time should be allotted for your preparation to general studies and current affairs. Second allotment or second priority should be your optional paper. Okay, after that you can prioritize your essay and your interview preparation, and then comes down the language and the CSAT papers. Okay, because वहां पे सिर्फ pass होना है, because you just need to pass on to that. Okay, now I'll just pause and I'll just go through the questions that has been raised. So probably I'll answer few of the questions which I have not been able to answer because I was covering the session. Okay, so Ihit Sinha is asking in which paper current affairs are asked. So current affairs is asked into the general studies paper. There is no specific current affairs question. Direct question nahi aata hai UPSC mein. UPSC what they do, they link current affairs with the general studies. So economics, geography, history se link karke पूछते हैं. So anything related to current issues. So for example, right now क्या हो रहा है? COVID-19 का issue चल रहा है, corona का issue चल रहा है. So there will be question related to science and technology and health based on corona issue which is going on. ठीक है? Now there are few other questions. Okay, so let me just pick one again. So somebody is asking usually when do we have prelims, mains and interview? I've already discussed. So prelims happens in May, June, mains happens in October, November, interviews happens in the month of March, April. Okay, what is the duration between announcement of prelims result and mains examination? Generally what happens in May में examination होता है, June में they used to come within a month, they used to come with the result, and October में आपका वो है. So that means you have close to 3 months in between. Okay, July, August and September, and this is not exactly the time which is required to cover up the mains. That means आपको mains का preparation, that means you have to prepare for mains side by side with prelims. You cannot leave it for afterwards. Okay, now somebody is asking why we see majority of engineers and specifically from IIT qualified for civil services. See, this is how our education system works. Why that student have gone into IIT? Obviously because he was good into his education. That's how he has got into IIT at the first go. So when he was good at education at the level of 10th, 12th and graduation, obviously he has more chance to clear and clear that IS examination. So engineering में बच्चा गया है या IIT में बच्चा गया है तभी गया है ना, क्योंकि वो एक इंटेलिजेंट बच्चा, तो ऑब्वियसली उसके क्लियर करने के चांसेस ज्यादा होंगे. ओके, enough time for 2021 examination, good enough time. So generally see, for UPSC preparation you require 10 months of preparation. You have 13 months right now. आपके पास 13 महीने हैं, आपको सिर्फ 10 महीने की प्रिपरेशन रिक्वायर्ड होती है, 2-3 महीने आपके पास रिवीजन प्रैक्टिस के लिए हैं. सो इट इज द बेस्ट टाइम टू स्टार्ट फॉर UPSC preparation. Okay, now so how can I prepare for GS 1, 2, 3, 4? Now see, getting into the subjects, it will become very longer right now, so we'll have another session on subject based preparation. So we'll cover GS 1, 2, 3, 4 in the subsequent session. Okay, so now just pause for in between. I'll just go to the session PPT once and then I'll again take few questions afterwards. Okay, so just hold on to your questions. I'll just tell you when to probably ask any question. If the question is related to what is I'm covering, so then you can ask me. Okay, otherwise if you have any other question, you can probably hold it for at the end. Okay, Now, coming down to the prelims general studies paper syllabus, you can just go through slightly, okay? About I've just put in to have a basic idea. We'll cover in detail in the subsequent session. So what you have: current issues, history, geography, Indian world geography, Indian history, Indian polity governance, economics and social development, general issues, environment, ecology, and general science. That's what prelims is. Okay. Now CSAT, so reading comprehension, interpersonal skills, logical reasoning, decision making, general mental ability, maths, basic numeracy is basically maths, and English language comprehension skills, class 10th level. So everything is till class 10 for CSAT. Okay. Now coming down to the mains examination. So paper 1 is language. I told you, एक कोई भी language लेनी है. Based on that, paper 2 is English. Paper 3 is essay. Paper 4 is GS1. So GS1 क्या होता है? GS1 is Indian history, world geography, Indian geography. Okay, that's what is your, and society. So that's what is your paper 1. I'm sorry. Okay, so GS paper 1. Okay, now GS paper 2 is polity, governance, constitution, social justice, and IR. So polity and governance and IR plus social justice. That's what your GS2. Okay, GS3 is science and technology, economics, security, disaster management, biodiversity, and environment. So that's what covers in GS paper 3 mains examination. Okay, GS paper 4 is called ethics, integrity, and aptitude. So before this, GS paper 1 to 3, most of the topics we are covering in prelims as well. Okay, but ethics, integrity, aptitude is basically a new thing. Okay, which is there in mains. Okay, ये examination 2011-12 में UPSC ने introduce किया था, ethics, integrity, aptitude. Basically क्या है, ethical issues से related questions होते हैं. So you will be given some kind of a scenario, and then you've been asked what is the right way or what is the correct way according to you about that situation. Okay, and then there are a lot of behavioral questions, or so there is one question called what is happiness for you. Okay, so these kind of questions can come. Okay? There can be a question like you are standing on a red light, आप एक red light पे खड़े हो, and there is it's your duty, so you are covering your duty, and you are managing the traffic, you are, let's say, SP traffic out there, and there is a small accident happens, थोड़ी सी चोट आई है किसी को. Now what will you do you first? पहले आप उसका चालान काटोगे, ट्रैफिक क्लियर करोगे, या उसको पहले उसको मेडिकल असिस्टेंस दोगे, उसको हॉस्पिटल ले जाओगे? So this kind के ethical questions, these kind of questions they'll ask in ethics, integrity, and aptitude. Then there is optional subject paper. So depending on the optional that you choose, based on that you can you'll have that paper syllabus. Okay. So you can visit careerlauncher.com/UPSC, careerlauncher.com/UPSC. यहाँ पे आपको पूरा pattern, you'll get all the subject syllabus, all optional subject syllabus, strategy to prepare, everything is there. Okay. Now interview में क्या पूछते हैं? Interview में क्या cover होता है? Personality, leadership quality, judgments, logical reasoning, overall fitness for public services. So basically क्या cover करते हैं interview में? They'll check your personality, they'll check your fitness to the services, they'll check your honesty, they'll check how do you don't you there's not be a situation where you buckle up into the pressure, आप pressure में टूट तो नहीं जाते हो. Okay, these kind of literature is also there into the optional subject. Somebody is asking, so literature is there into the optional subject. You can choose literature as your optional subject as well. Okay. So for disability relaxation, so you can go to careerlauncher.com UPSC for eligibility, wide criteria. There are basically everything is defined for disability criteria or maybe SC, ST, OBC. So go to careerlauncher.com/UPSC. You cannot cover everything out here. Okay. Now somebody is asking what are the topics of essay. See, essay के कुछ भी topics हो सकते हैं. It basically generally you will find essays on last 12 to 18 months पे जो भी important issues हुए हैं उसके basis पे वो कोई ना कोई आपसे topic पे essay मांगेंगे, है ना? Can I write essay in one language and GS in another language? No, you cannot. So you have to choose one language and you have to stick with that for all papers of mains examination. Okay. How do we improve our essay writing? I'll cover that, writing skills. Okay. Now this is a very important slide. So here I have put in the number of direct questions from current affairs in prelims examination in last close to 8-9 years that UPSC have asked. You see that there is a pattern. Okay, so almost close to 25 to 30%. There are 100 questions in GS paper prelims. They are asking around 30 questions which are directly related to current affairs. So I just wanted to tell you from this slide that obviously you will be preparing for your history, geography, polity, economics, your optional subject, maybe interviews. But believe you me, do not treat current affairs as a subject. Current affairs को एक subject की तरह treat करना. Current affairs बहुत बहुत important है. Prelims में, mains में, they link current affairs like anything to most of the subjects. So current issues की knowledge होना बहुत बहुत जरूरी है. Treat it like a subject. It is extremely important. Okay. Now somebody is asking, sir, can you tell about process of making notes from books as well as newspaper? So we'll do a session on notes making. We already had done. So what you can do, YouTube पे आप career launcher UPSC search कर सकते हो, या हमारी site पे चले जाओ career launcher/UPSC. We have already done sessions on how to make notes. Okay. How many years current affairs are asked? So generally UPSC used to ask last 18 months current affairs. 12 से 18 महीने का current affairs अगर आपने किया हुआ है तो generally you are covered. Last 18 months current affairs is what UPSC asks. Okay. Essay marks will be counted in the final list or not? Yes, essay marks are counted in the final list. Okay. Now this is where I covered. So basically, if you're reading newspaper, so current affairs के लिए first thing that you need to do that you need to start reading your newspaper. Obviously, that's how you will get aware about the current issues, and then you will do your research and you'll do what, why, where, when about that particular area. So here I have covered that if you're reading a newspaper, you have to read it very smartly. Okay, because you see, one thing that is not there with you if you're preparing for UPSC, that is liberty of time. You don't have enough time to prepare everything. Okay, so you need to make sure that when you're reading your newspaper, you had to be very thorough about what to be read into that newspaper and what not to be read. Okay, so what you need to read is national news, international news, editorials, business page, science and tech, and environment and biodiversity. Anything related to this must read. You should read. Anything related to sports other than the awards, sports awards, anything other than related to sports, day-to-day political bickering, Mamata Banerjee ne what Mamata Banerjee said, or what Arvind Kejriwal had said, that's none of your business as far as UPSC is concerned. Anything entertainment other than award, do not read it. State and local news, until unless you are not preparing for state PCS, do not read it. Anything stuff kind of a news, death, kidnapping, crime, do not read it until unless it's a national issue. Press conferences, you don't require to read any press conferences until unless it's a government press conference where they have, this is related to some policy discussion. Okay, otherwise, as far as your newspaper is concerned, national news, international news, editorial, business, science and tech, environment, biodiversity, awards, that's it. Okay, now सबसे important, the most important part in current affairs is you need to understand how to link current affairs with your general studies paper. So if you're reading something related to geography, how to relate it to geography, some current issue that happens related to, let's say, economics. RBI has increased the repo rate, or maybe some kind of a trade war going between two nations. So how to relate it to IR, or how to relate it to economics, that linkage you have to learn. Okay, that is why this examination becomes complex and difficult to crack, because you need to come out with that linkages, and you require someone to guide you. You cannot make that linkages yourself. Okay, generally it happens. Now, what are the sources to prepare current affairs holistically? Okay, so newspapers are there, PIB is there, then you have some magazines like Yojana Kurukshetra, you can follow them, Science Reporter, you can follow them. So there is enough material available, you need to decide. Okay, now coming down to, okay, so here I have covered as far as UPSC examination. Okay, I'll touch upon few points, okay, which are being asked also into your chat box, I've seen. So first I'll start how to probably start your preparation. So if you are a complete novice and probably you have joined this session to understand, okay, now I'm clear about UPSC mein kya pucha jata hai, what papers are there, now I'm clear about it. But now what to do, how to start, what is the first step? Okay, so I'll just touch upon first few steps, and then probably as you go into the preparation, you'll yourself start finding out ways to do things. Okay, but starting is obviously important, so I'll just cover the starting portion. Okay, now so first thing that you need to do to start your preparation is basically, the first and the foremost thing is go to UPSC website, download the notification, and just read the syllabus. Your syllabus is your Bible. Okay, you need to make sure you memorize UPSC syllabus. If you want to prepare for UPSC, you need to make sure that you memorize the syllabus thoroughly. Okay, see why it is important. See what will happen when you start your preparation. Generally, what I've seen, I have an experience of close to 14 years now into this preparation. Okay, I've mentored close to 15,000 kids. There are a lot of students who have been IS, IPS, or different category administrative officers from my institute, and then there are a lot of candidates who have not been able to do. So I know the both side of story, who clears and who don't clear. Okay, so what happens when you start your preparation? First thing that I've seen student doing is hoarding books. Okay, so what they do, they buy as many books that they can, or probably download soft copies, soft versions of as many notes, as many books, class notes, and coaching notes and whatnot. Okay, now what will happen with this, that you have loads of information, you have a lot of information, but the problem is you don't know what to cover and what to probably leave. You cannot read every damn thing out there which is available for UPSC. You need to decide what to read, what not to read. Okay, now how will you be able to decide it? If you know the syllabus, if you know the pattern, if you know what is being asked into UPSC, what is the syllabus of UPSC, you can actually drill down, ye mere important hai, ye mere liye important nahi. This is, so probably ये coaching का notes मैं देख रहा हूँ, इसने syllabus के हिसाब से cover किया है, he has covered according to syllabus, let me read this. ये book, it is not according to the UPSC syllabus, I should not go read and waste my time into this book. So first important thing is read your syllabus thoroughly and memorize that syllabus. Okay, second important point, once you are done with your syllabus, what you need to do is you need to attempt at least 1 year question paper, maybe past year or year before that. Attempt that paper before even starting your preparation. Okay, I may sound absurd, है ना, क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं कि last year का paper बिना preparation start किया आप attempt करो. Okay, but see, you need to understand what kind of questions UPSC asks. अगर आपको preparation अच्छे से करनी है, if you wanted to prepare in a perfect way, you need to understand what you are reading, what kind of questions comes from this reading, so that you can channelize your energy properly, you can channelize your reading properly, you channelize your learning properly. Okay, so attempt the paper. Okay, now once you are done with your syllabus and attempted your paper, now comes down the first part, that you need to probably, if you're not good with your basics of history, polity, economics, okay, geography, then you should start with NCERT books. Okay, so class 6 to class 12 NCERT books you need to cover first. Okay, this will make the base or the ground for the building that you wanted to build of your UPSC preparation examination. Now a lot of students are asking how to read NCERTs, what to do for NCERTs. Okay, so I'll just take this question at the end. There is something that I'll cover related to NCERT. Okay, so I'll tell you probably what you can do if you're not clear with your NCERTs and if you want to cover NCERT in the minimum possible time. Okay, now okay, now coming down, syllabus, question paper, NCERTs. Once you are done with all three, then probably you move to your general studies preparation, okay, or your optional subject preparation. Now, see, it is a complex preparation. It's a 10 months, 11 months long preparation. You have to spend close to 1,000 hours in preparing, okay, 1,000 to 1,500 hours, okay. There are a lot of ground to cover. You have a lot of subjects, almost 10, 11 different subjects that you need to cover, along with current affairs and optional subject and CSAT and your language papers. So you require some kind of guidance. Okay, some kind of guidance is required. Okay, so probably what you're reading, are you reading right? What you're attempting, what you're writing, is it right or wrong? So you require someone to guide you throughout your preparation. Okay, there are also a lot of moments where you feel down into this preparation. After 2 months, 3 months, you'll feel that my preparation is going haywire. I don't know what I have covered, what I have to cover, where am I? So there are a lot of places, a lot of time where you will feel down. जब आप down feel करोगे कल को, है ना? So उस time पे, at that particular time, your mentor or your guide will help you to bounce back and channelize your energy and come back again to the preparation. So you require some kind of mentor into this preparation. Now, who can that mentor be? So that mentor can be someone who has cleared this examination before. Okay, so somebody who had cleared this examination, you can make him your mentor, maybe in your family, in your friend circle. Somebody who is teaching this examination from past, let's say 5+ years minimum. Okay, So he may not be able to clear this examination, but he is into teaching this examination from 5+ years. He can be your mentor, maybe friends, family, okay? Or maybe you can join some coaching, some kind of online course, some kind of a course where you have access to different faculties which are expert into the field and they can guide you. These are the three things, probably as far as guide is concerned. Okay. Now, so once you have joined your general studies preparation, you just go with the flow and then probably discover what you want to do next. So I can tell you the starting, I cannot tell you the complete story because every student makes his own story. Okay. But starting should be like this only: syllabus, question paper, NCERT, and then GS and optional subject preparation. Okay. I hope somebody who is starting his preparation, जो कोई start कर रहा है preparation, basic clarity मिल गई होगी कैसे preparation start करनी. Okay. Now I'll come down to somebody was asking writing practice कब से करनी चाहिए. So we believe that you should start from day one. Okay, जब से आप preparation start कर रहे हो, writing practice तब से start करनी चाहिए. Why am I saying that? See, writing practice is a skill. It is not something that I can teach you. Okay, I can tell you basic points, reference points, but writing skill की तरह है. So for example, आप guitar सीखना चाहते हो या आप dance सीखना चाहते हो. If you wanted to learn dance or guitar, it's a skill. Somebody can tell you the steps, but at the end of the day, how much you practice it is based on that. Okay, so how you are good at it. So writing practice is something, again, writing is something based on practice that you do. So the more you practice, the more refined you become into this. So you should start from day one, keep on writing, keep on getting it checked from somebody, somebody who is your guide mentor, and just based on his responses, his feedback, keep on evaluating yourself, keep on correcting yourself. And within probably 3 months or 6 months time, you will see that you have attained to a position where you can write good answers as far as UPSC is concerned. Okay. Okay. Somebody is asking how to start preparation after 12th. It is same. See, if you are in 12th, if you are in graduation first year, graduation final year, you have done graduation 3 years back, starting is same. It is same for everyone. Syllabus, examination paper, NCERTs, GS optional. That's it. Okay. Now somebody is asking if I'm a working professional, how to make study timetable. Okay, see, this is where it becomes tricky. If you are a working professional, you have to start finding time for yourself. Obviously, preparation requires its own sweet time. Okay, what you need to do obviously is, see, I cannot tell you how many hours you want. You should study because every student have a different capacity or capability of reading. But what exactly you can do is probably if on an average, if you can find 5 to 6 hours in a day on a very constant basis, continuity is key. If you're a working professional, please remember continuous preparation is the key. You cannot have a single day where you don't study in between. Okay, for at least 1 year. Then only you can prepare as a working professional. So 5 to 6 hours if you're studying. So how do you define those 5 to 6 hours? So probably 2.5 to 3 hours of coaching or probably classes that you are attending, 1 hour to revise that. Okay, so that makes close to 4 hours. 1 hour to probably prepare for what is your next class next day. Okay, and 1 hour is for your current affairs. Okay, that is how you should divide your 6 hours or 5 hours, 5.5 hours as a working professional. So 2.5 to 3 hours for your classes, 1 hour for revision, 1 hour for next day class, so that next day revision में ज़्यादा time ना लगे आपको, and then 1 hour for your current affairs. Also, while commuting to work, and you need to find time like this. So you need to make sure that current affairs and all those things you'll also cover while commuting to work. Okay. Somebody is asking, is it possible to clear exam in 1 year? 10 months you can do it for sure, no issues. 1 year में आराम से हो सकता है. You need to have a planned preparation, obviously, है ना. Planned way में preparation करोगे 1 year में easily cover कर सकते हो. Full NCERT coverage, no. See, NCERT में there are you don't need to read all the NCERTs. There are relevant portions given which as per. So that is why I'm saying syllabus बहुत important है जानना. अगर आप UPSC syllabus clear होगे तो आप समझ जाओगे NCERT देख के कि ये मेरे लिए जरूरी है, ये पढ़नी चाहिए या नहीं पढ़नी चाहिए. Okay. Should we make notes from NCERT? I'll cover the NCERT portion. NCERT questions मैं बाद में cover करूँगा. I have something to show you NCERT से related. So कैसे आप NCERT, how you can cover NCERT in minimum possible time. Okay. Somebody is asking how to choose optional subject. Which optional subject takes least time to prepare? So this is a very common question that I've seen. How to choose an optional subject. I'll probably spend close to next 5 minutes on this. Please, somebody who is clear about optional subject, please spare me. But it is extremely important for somebody starting preparation. Optional subject choose कैसे करना है? It is very important. Okay, so I'm covering in next 5 minutes कैसे choose कर सकते हैं. Okay, so see what I'm telling you is a logical process of. I cannot tell you कौन सा optional आपके लिए अच्छा है. सारे optional अच्छे हैं मेरे हिसाब से. Okay, but I can tell you how to probably finalize one optional out of the 26-27 choices that we have. Okay, now please for next 5 minutes do not have any question. Just listen to what I'm saying regarding optional subject choice. Okay, please do not have any question for next 4 to 5 minutes until I cover this particular topic. This is extremely important. आप अगर start कर रहे हो preparation तो ये बहुत important है optional choose कैसे करना. Okay, now to choose a optional, what you need to do, first step. Okay, out of the list, just open the list in front of you. 27-28 optional का जो list notification में दिया है कि ये optional subject जो choices हैं आपके पास, just open that list and choose probably 3 or 4 optional subject which you feel comfortable in. So out of the 26-27 list, 26-27 की जो list है, choose 3 or 4 subjects which you feel you can do. Okay, comfortable जिसमें हो 3-4 subject choose करके अपने पास रखो. Okay, once you have chosen the 4 subjects, okay, now what you need to do is, first step, you need to go to UPSC notification again and read the syllabus of that particular subject. Okay, so 4 subject आपने लिए हैं, the 4 subject that you have chosen, just read the syllabus for each of the subject once. You can take 2 days to do this activity. सब्जेक्ट का सिलेबस रीड करने में 2 सब्जेक्ट को अगर आपको 1 दिन लगता है, आराम से करो. देयर इज नो हरी. Okay, take 2 days time, read subject syllabus of all 4 subjects separately, aram se, very calmly. Okay, now once you read the syllabus of the subject, you will get a very clear picture that when I say I can cover history, jab main wo 4 subject choose kar raha tha, when I was choosing those 4 subjects, I thought history is something that I used to score good when I was there in 10th or when I was there in 8, 9, 10. I used to score good marks in history, so that is why मैंने choose किया, क्योंकि मेरे अच्छे marks आते थे. I have chosen history. But now when I'm reading the syllabus, it is something, it is not my cup of tea. They are asking about ancient, they're asking about modern, they're asking about world. They're going into international movement so deeply. This is something, I cannot do it. This is too much for me. Okay, so when you read syllabus thoroughly for all 4 subjects, believe you me, there'll be 1 or 2 subjects that you are able to eliminate. Because once you go through the syllabus, you will understand these are not my cup of tea. Okay, now probably let's say you are out of 4 subjects, once you have read the syllabus, you find that 3 subjects are there which I can do, 1 is out of question. Okay, so now I'm left with three subjects to choose. Okay, now what to do? Now second step is basically what I need to do is I need to pick up the question paper, last year question paper of those subjects. अब 3 subjects मेरे पास बचे हैं. I am left with 3 subjects. I will pick up question paper of last year. It is available on the UPSC website. It is available on Google as well. आपको आराम से question paper मिल जाएंगे तीनों subject के, जो भी आपने choose करे हैं. तीनों के question paper उठा लो. Okay, 1 पेज का question या 2 पेज का question paper होता है, छोटा सा होता है, आराम से मिल जाएगा. Okay, now what will happen is, so for example, I have thought of choosing let's say psychology or maybe sociology as my optional subject. Syllabus when I've read, I find it doable. मुझे लगा syllabus पढ़ के नहीं मैं कर सकता हूँ आराम से. But when I've seen the kind of questions they're asking a lot of analytical kind of questions. I was thinking of theory. मैं सोच रहा था theoretical part है, आराम से cover हो जाएगा. But when I've seen the question, जब मैंने question देखे, they are asking completely different kind of questions. वो तो analytically analyze करने को बोल रहे हैं, critically analyze करने को बोल रहे हैं. They're asking too many analytics based questions. This is not something I've thought of this subject. Okay, so question paper पढ़ के बहुत clarity आती है, believe me. Okay, so first go through the syllabus, then go through the question paper. जब question paper हो जाएगा, जब question paper आप देख लेंगे last all 3 papers का, all 3 subjects का, when you have gone through the question paper, you may be able to eliminate 1 more subject. So now you are left with 2 subjects. अब 2 subject बचे हैं मेरे, उसमें से choose करने हैं. अब क्या करें? I am very confused. Both are the subjects looks pretty good to me. दोनों का syllabus मेरे को अच्छा लगा. I'm finding both the syllabus very easy and doable, and question paper is also fine enough with me. Now what you need to do, just choose, from the syllabus, choose 1 or 2 topics, some small topic from the syllabus of both the subjects, one topic or maybe two topic. Okay, कोई भी टॉपिक सेलेक्ट करिए उन दोनों सब्जेक्ट से एक टॉपिक, एंड गूगल पे जाके आपको आराम से क्लास नोट्स मिल जाएंगे सब्जेक्ट्स के, उस टॉपिक के, वो टॉपिक्स के नोट्स डाउनलोड कर लीजिए अपने पास, है ना. And then after downloading the topic notes, just go through the topics once a day. So one subject topic, one topic, I'll read the notes one day, another day I'll read the second subject topic. Once you actually read the topics, when you actually read the notes, inner voice will be there, आपके अंदर से आवाज आएगी, you will have an inner voice which subject to choose. And then the final subject जो आपके अंदर से कह रहा है कि नहीं इसको पढ़ के मजा आ रहा है, this is something I can do, this is where my conscious is saying this subject I should take, choose that subject, that's it. Okay, do not go with any of the notions, ये subject easy है, this subject is difficult, this is small syllabus, this is large syllabus, nothing. Any subject is good which is your liking, which is good for you, it may not be good for anyone else. Okay, so if you follow that process, syllabus, question paper, notes, if you follow this process, logical way of selecting the optional, you will not go wrong. Okay, I hope I am clear of that question, how to choose an option. Now you are pretty clear how to choose an option subject. Please put forward a yes. If you have another query, you can just probably put in there. Okay, so somebody is asking, what about Yojana Kurukshetra? Obviously, Yojana Kurukshetra you need to do last 12 to 18 months again. Okay, current affairs last 12 to 18 months. Okay, how to make preparation plan for working people? I've already covered that. In my previous interaction, I've already covered that. Okay, now okay, so now I'll introduce to what Career Launcher IAS is doing for you guys. Okay, so what basically we bring to the table. So if you wanted to prepare for UPSC, the first thought that come into any student's mind is Delhi chalte hain problem. Okay, just like Kota becomes from IIT, Delhi becomes for UPSC. Okay, but not every student can come down to Delhi first thing. Coming to Delhi is a very expensive proposition. Obviously, the the rental cost, the food cost, the coaching cost itself is 1.5 to 2 lakh. Okay, then you spend close to 2.5 lakh, 3 lakhs on your living out there for 1 year. Obviously there is a cultural difference as well, you will be out of your home, you have to do a lot of things. Okay, so coming to Delhi is not easy, preparing from Delhi is not easy. Okay, so we thought why not we bring Delhi to the student. Okay, so we were also in Delhi, we have our coaching institute in Delhi in old Rajendra Nagar Karol Bagh, okay, which is the Makkah for UPSC preparation. But we thought why do we stick to Delhi when we have technology, we have an all India network. Okay, why not we take Delhi to the student. Okay, so no, it is not necessary to prepare from Delhi now. Okay, what we do, the same class that we run in Delhi center, we have a studio into the same class, we have a camera set up into the same class, and we beam that class live. हम live class beam करते हैं Delhi से, उसी कोचिंग की वही क्लास जो दिल्ली में बैठा हुआ बच्चा पढ़ रहा है, वही सेम क्लास आप पढ़ोगे, जैसे आप मुझे अभी देख पा रहे हो, मेरे से कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हो, सेम वे लाइव क्लास होगी, वो जैसे मैं आंसर कर रहा हूं, द वे आई एम आंसरिंग योर क्वेश्चन, same way faculty will answer your question, same way faculty will teach you. It will be a live interactive class from Delhi, and it is same class that an student from Delhi is attending. He is also sitting in front of the teacher, you are also there, and it is the same class. Okay, now the important point is that student who's coming to an offline class in Delhi, he may have spent close to 1 lakh rupees for that coaching, for my coaching offline, but our online programs are super affordable. It is extremely affordable, 10% cost of what we take in in the offline coaching. So Delhi mein same class, same teacher, same books, everything is same test series, but we are taking only 10% of the cost. Okay, and with some very unique benefits which a student who is sitting in Delhi will not get. Okay, so you are attending the same class, you are attending the same test, you are getting the same notes, same books, plus you are also getting the recording of that class. So for example, if you wanted to revise any class at the night 2 p.m, you can open your system, the class recording is there in your system, you just need to play it. Okay, so same way this particular session which I am taking, the recording will be available to you. of this session. In the YouTube, we'll also put in your Aspiration account, okay, which is Career Launcher's system, okay, aspiration.ai. You must have received, Aspiration ka username password. So we'll put in this class recording out there. You can watch this class recording anytime as per your convenience. Okay. So we have anytime, anywhere, 24/7 access recording classes. We also have live classes which run same as like Delhi. These are live classes, Delhi Mentors ka, and these are super affordable. I'll just explain you what I mean by super affordable by course. These are extremely unique courses. I'll just coming on to that. So the first course is GS Foundation at Home. This is the same course that every coaching runs in Delhi. It's a 1-year course, 1-year program for any student who want to prepare for 2021. Okay. Okay, so in this course, what you will get 900 plus hours of live classes. You'll also get recording of every class. You'll also get current affairs covered. You'll get general studies, prelims, mains, essay portion, writing practice. Everything is covered. Okay, it is just like a normal course that happens in Delhi for 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh rupees. We are offering this course in online medium only. In online medium only at 7,000. It starts from 7,000 in our system. Okay, so it's less than the 10% cost of what we charge in an offline. So why I am offering this course at a very throwaway price? See, so Career Launcher, if you know, it is a 25-year-old institution. It is led by Mr. Satya, okay, Satya Narayan, who is an who has a lot of education venture. Satya's vision was that every student, there should not be a single student in India who wants to prepare for UPSC, but because of lack of money, he cannot prepare. Okay, that's what his vision is. So what we have done is, because we are running these classes in offline center, so we are just recording, we just placed a camera out there. Okay, so what we are charging you, we are only charging you the technological cost of bringing those classes to you. So online medium में वो class लाने का जो charge है, the cost that we are incurring to make it online, we are charging that only. So we are not charging any course fee. We are only charging the technical fees. That is why it is at 7,000. So please, we are charging less. That doesn't mean that there is any anything substandard related to quality. Career Launcher is a nationwide brand. It's a 25-year-old brand. It will not do anything which will affect its brand. It's a 500 rupees crore organization. It will not do anything to malign its brand, to take away any sheen on any shine on its brand. So the course quality is top notch. It is as good as any top coaching across India, or maybe better than that. But the course price doesn't mean that the quality is of any less value. Okay, the course price is less because we are not charging course fee. We are only charging the technical cost of bringing course online. That's it. So we are charging only online cost. Okay, so in less than 10% of the cost, you can cover complete preparation. UPSC ये course में this course covers everything other than optional subject. Okay, so there are 2-3 variants. So if you wanted to take it with CSAT or test series, so 6,999, 7,000, 8,000, and probably 10,000. So there are 3 variants. So if you take that 10,000 wala, 10,000, 11,000 wala, you have everything covered, every damn thing covered into your UPSC preparation other than your optional subject. Okay, even interview is covered. Okay, this is the the flagship course that we offer, GS Foundation at Home. Okay, we cover general studies, prelims, mains, essay, current affairs, writing practice, interview, everything in it. Okay, there is a course for 2022 and 2023 as well. So we have a 2-year course as well. We have a 3-year course as well. The prices for those courses are extremely, again, very affordable. 2-year course is costing you close to 14,000. 3-year course will cost you close to 18, 19, or 20,000 at the max. Okay, so again, we have a 2-year course where what will we do? First year we will build your basics. So we'll start with NCERT books. We'll cover the writing practice. We'll cover the CSAT, and second year we'll go to the advanced stage. Okay, we also have a 3-year course. So if you are in graduation first year or 12th class, you want to prepare for UPSC, we have a 3-year study plan, 3-year course as well. Okay, so we have a course for 2021, 22, and 23. 1-year course, 2-year course, 3-year course. All 3 options are there. Okay. Optional we don't provide, obviously. So there are 26, 28 optional. We cannot cover every optional, and we don't want to cover very few optionals. Okay, so that's why we don't touch optionals. Optional, if you choose smartly, probably from something that you are doing your graduation, you don't require preparation or coaching for that right now. Okay, so optional ke liye generally, and even if you require, there are enough options available right now. Aajkal aaram se mil jate hain, there are enough coachings there for optional subject. Okay, so if you have chosen optional subject based on your graduation, so generally you don't even require sometimes preparation or coaching for that. Okay, now a lot of students were so cost of 3-year course is close to 18,000. Okay, now a lot of students were asking, or were worried about your NCERT preparation, how to cover NCERT, what to cover in it, how to cover it, NCERT, should I make notes or anything. We have a very unique offering. Okay, this is one of its kind course in India, where we organize in an organized way, we cover all the NCERT books in classroom session. Okay, so we'll go class wise. So when we pick up history, so class 6 history, class 7 history, class 8 history, so we'll cover all NCERT books in classes. Okay, we'll also give you every class NCERT notes, we'll also give you NCERT book soft copy, we'll also give you NCERT compilation books. Okay, we'll give you everything related to NCERT in this course, and this course cost you $900 only. So probably if you go to a Pizza Hut, 2 or 3 of you go to a Pizza Hut, you'll spend more than that into one visit to your Pizza Hut or Domino's. Okay, in that cost, we are covering complete NCERT as per UPSC pattern. So UPSC faculty will teach you NCERTs in just $900, and you'll get class notes as well. You'll get all NCERT books soft copy as well. Also, you'll get NCERT compilation books. Okay, so you'll get 3 books where all the class NCERTs are covered in brief form. Okay, so this is a very, very unique offering. If you wanted to prepare for UPSC, if you're starting your UPSC preparation, I would highly recommend you start with this course. Okay, you join NCERT course and your general studies course, cover your NCERT with the NCERT course, and your general studies will be covered from GS course. So join these 2 courses together. You'll spend close to 8,000, 9,000 rupees. Your complete UPSC preparation is covered. Notes will be in PDF format. You can take a printout of those notes. These are downloadable notes. Okay, the books are also downloadable. Okay, we also have this course in Hindi medium. Okay, so this NCERT course is also available in Hindi medium, where we cover complete NCERT in Hindi medium with Hindi notes and everything in. Okay, with Hindi NCERT soft copy. Okay, this course is, so validity of this course is 1 year. Okay, so you have access of your classes for 1 year. Okay, so you can watch those classes for 1 year duration. Okay, so if you join today, for next 1 year, you have access to these classes. Okay, the 3-year course automatically, 2-year and 3-year courses automatically include the NCERT course. Okay, so I highly recommend you, आप अगर UPSC की preparation करने वाले हो, कर रहे हो, start कर रहे हो, start कर दी है, if you have started preparation or you are starting preparation, buy this course. 900 rupees, cost of one visit to Pizza Hut or Domino's, and you are done with your NCERTs. Complete coverage, nothing is left. Okay. Now, so we keep on coming up with very unique. So somebody is saying, I have purchased NCERT at home course. It is really amazing. Thank you so much. So we try to keep on working on your feedbacks. Touchwood, we are getting extremely good feedbacks from the student. Our ratings are 4.8 and 4.9 for course and mentors. So touchwood, we are able to probably satisfy what we have committed. Okay, so NCERT course is not for 2020, 21, 22. It is the same course, because NCERT there is nothing going to be changes for 2020 or 21. So if you are preparing for 2020, 21, 22, you can join this course. There is no difference. Okay. So somebody is saying notes website पर available नहीं है Hindi language. So see, NCERT Hindi course में for some of the subjects Hindi is not available, for history basically. For other subjects we have all Hindi notes. Okay, so for polity, for geography, for economics, we have Hindi notes. Don't worry, it is there. If you're not able to find it after the session, you can connect with me. I'll share my email ID. I'll get you the Hindi notes. Don't worry about that. Okay. So for GS 2021, obviously this is the course. There is no difference between. For GS 2021, yes. So that GS Foundation at home that I've discussed at the starting, it is for 2021, 1 year course that I've said. Okay, now coming to UPSC map course. So a very important section in UPSC is maps, India and world maps, political maps, geographical maps, Europe ka map, India ka map. Okay, so maps say there are 3 to 4 questions every year that used to come in mains examination. So what we do in 20 hours, we'll cover the complete maps. Okay, India and world map. It is just 500 rupees. So if you're preparing for UPSC, along with general studies and NCRT, you can also join this. Your maps is covered. Okay. Somebody is saying already joined GS course 2021. Really amazing. Amazing. I recommend all to join. Thank you so much. Your feedback is something that keeps us going. Okay. So thank you so much. What we are giving in the cost that we are charging, it's absolutely a steal. You know, out for 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 odds, we are giving a 1 lakh rupees course. Okay. Touchwood. Thank you so much for your feedbacks. Okay. So for map, you just don't need to require cover your NCRTs, but obviously if you have covered your NCRT geography, it will be easier for you to cover your map course. But map course is important. Maps is important for your preparation. Okay. Another important thing for UPSC preparation is India Yearbook. Okay. Now problem with India Yearbook is it's extremely bulky. You cannot cover it, you know, but it's a big book, 1,000 pages. Okay. How to cover that, or probably, you know, what to cover, what not to cover. Okay, so what we do is we have prepared a course for 20 hours. So in just 25 hours, we'll cover the most important chapters of India Yearbook. So India Yearbook padne ki zarurat nahi. You don't need to read 1,000 pages of India Yearbook. Just join this course. It is 400 rupees only, and your India Yearbook is completely covered. You are you know, free of mind, peace of mind as far as India Yearbook is concerned. Okay, so these are very unique offerings, and it's extremely these are very kind of an important for your UPSC preparation. Okay, somebody is saying career launcher application, there is some problem in offline video section. See, offline video is basically a experimental feature. So what we are trying to give you is that so for example, like your Netflix or Amazon Prime, you can download your videos into the app itself. We are trying that feature. So we are into experimental stage right now. That is why I have not committed that feature while I was, you know, pitching you this course. I have not said it about, I have not told about it, because it's an experimental feature. We are trying to make it refine. Right now there are certain bugs in it, but don't worry, we'll refine it. From next, probably within next 15 days, we'll have that feature where you can download your classes into the app itself without any bug. Okay. So somebody is saying, if I join 1 year course, map course will be covered. No, map course is separate. Any course that I'm telling you is separate. There is no coverage of map course in GS. Okay. So they'll touch upon map topics, obviously, as far as GS is concerned, but the way we cover map into this map course is not being covered. Okay. This is very specific for map. Okay. So somebody is asking, our demo video available? Yes, every course we have demo videos. So aspiration.ai, you just go to aspiration.ai, log in into your account, ASPIRATION, aspiration.ai. Just go to this website, log in. You have login details into your email ID when you registered for this session. Go to the videos and you'll find demo of all of these courses. So we are very open. We have put in all courses, videos, demos out there. First you see the video, then only you join. Okay, you yourself can see the kind of you know, feedback that students are posting who have joined. So they all are saying amazing. But still, I would recommend you to go through the videos first and then probably join. Okay, so demo videos are available. So there is somebody is asking about editorial analysis course. So this is one course that we have started recently. What we are doing in this, so the Hindu and Indian Express, whatever editorials are coming into Hindu and Indian Express, we are analyzing those editorials based on UPSC exam syllabus pattern. Okay, and we are trying to link UPSC newspaper editorial with your general studies paper. Okay, so there'll be once a week class in this UPSC editorial program for 1 year, and we'll cover all the editorials of Hindu and Indian Express week by week basis. Okay, is live class for GS 2021 started? So yes, so we have started with the batch. There are 5-6 classes that you have missed. We won't be starting any new batches to join into this course in only. All the classes that has happened, 5-6 classes, they are available in the recorded mode. So you'll not be missing anything. That's the beauty of an online course, of a career launcher online course, because every class is being recorded and being given to you for multiple viewing. So you cannot miss any class. So even if you're joining today, there are 6 classes that happens. You can, you know, attend those 6 classes into recorded format. Whenever you join, we'll push you into a Telegram group. We'll make you a part of a Telegram group where your faculties are there. So you attend those classes into recorded format and you ask any problem, any query that you have into that Telegram group, your faculty will answer. Okay. Somebody is asking, is NCERT classes started? See, NCERT program is a recorded program. The classes already happens. You'll getting the recorded videos. For queries, we do regular doubt sessions, so you can ask your queries easily in those doubt sessions. Okay, there will be live doubt sessions. Somebody is saying, is current affairs included in GS course? Yes. Is editorial analysis included in GS course? No. Editorial analysis is different. Current affairs we are covering, but we cannot cover everything in current affairs, So we have to come out with some different courses, some different offering of different portion of current affairs which are focused on to something. Okay. Only the GS class would be live and recorded? No. So GS class will be live and recorded. MAP course and NCERT course are recorded only. India book is recorded only. Current affair courses are live and recorded. Okay. Somebody is saying, I've logged into aspiration.ai, but I'm not able to find NCERT course. See, courses are not available on aspiration.ai. Your demo videos are there. So if you go to the video section, you can find NCERT written in the video, and you can watch those classes. These are demo videos. How to buy the course, I'll just tell you after, probably at the end of my session, where you can find the buying link, from where you can buy my course. I'll just tell you about it. Okay. Now this is another offering that we do. This is called UPSC 2021 personalized. So if you are joining an online course and you wanted to have a personalized connect with your faculty, so what happens in an online course? Obviously, there are too many kids. So we teach close to 3,000, 3,500 aspirants every year with our GS 2021 course. Okay. So everybody cannot be personally connected with the faculty, with these many students. So we have come up with, on student demand, we have come up with one offering where you can have a personalized session with the faculties. Okay. So once a month, twice a month, or once a week. And you can have that personalized session separate from your classes. So it will be a session between you and the faculty only, where you can discuss the strategy to prepare. You can discuss what is best for you, how you should prepare, what topics you have covered, how to cover next set of topics, all the probably questions that comes into your mind. Okay. So a guiding mentor will be allotted to you for 1 year. Okay. Now somebody is asking price of editorial analysis course. It is 1,999. Okay.